Hey everybody, SA Spiker here. What is a DSLR camera? Well, DSLR stands for Digital Single Lens Reflex. But I'm not going to talk about that right at the beginning. I'll explain that a little bit later. But I want to show you a couple of different cameras here. Now this is a nice little one. It's Nikon. Boy, that's a good one. And look here, you turn that on, the lens pops out. That's got to be a good one. But no, that's not a DSLR. That's what's called a point and shoot. This is another one from Nikon. Look at that. That's got a big lens on there. That must be something special. Well, that's a very good point and shoot camera. And here's another one. This is a Kodak. Look at that big lens. That looks impressive. But that's still a point and shoot. One more. Now this one looks a lot like a real DSLR camera. This is a Canon. What is it? Canon PowerShot. And this is one of the top of the line in that model. Still considered a point and shoot. It has the lens is not interchangeable. It's attached to the camera body. Now let me look at another one here. This is a DSLR camera, and one of the ways you can to identify this is DSLRs have an interchangeable lens. That's not the definition of DSLR, but there's another one. This one has a great big lens on it right now, but these lenses can be taken on and off, interchangeable. Here's a Nikon DSLR. Now this has uses Nikon lenses. It won't take the same lens as the Canon. But still, this is a DSLR camera. So if you want to know if your camera is a DSLR, if the lens doesn't come off, then it's most likely not. Now some of these point and shoots, like I said, they're very good. This can be take some great pictures with this. I think, and there are other types of cameras that have interchangeable lenses that are not DSLRs, but I don't know much about this, so I won't talk about this. Mirrorless is the only other one I know of. It's supposed to be pretty good. Now I'm not going to go into all the differences between DSLRs and point and shoots. Look at that. There's flies out there. Where's that other lens at? I lost it. Now like I was saying, the DSLR stands for Digital Single Lens Reflex. And before things went digital, they had what were called SLR cameras that put the picture, recorded the picture on film, single lens reflex cameras. And all that means, it doesn't have anything to do with being interchangeable lenses, but what that means is the light comes in through one lens on this camera and has a little mirror inside of there. And that mirror can either send the image up to your viewfinder or to the sensor that records it. So the term single lens reflex simply means that you have a single lens opening, no matter what you have on here, no matter what lens you have on here, that single lens collects the light for this camera and sends it to the viewfinder or to the sensor. So when you look in the viewfinder, you're getting almost the exact image that you're going to capture when you take that picture. The other way of doing this, a lot of these point and shoot cameras don't even have a viewfinder. It just, the image comes up on the display back here. Or another way cameras are constructed is it'll have a separate lens, just a real little one, that sends an image to the viewfinder that's pretty close to what you're going to get, but it's not exactly the same as the image that's coming through that lens is going to take the picture. So that's the only thing that DSLR means. When cameras started going digital, they added the digital on front. Digital, single lens, reflex. Reflex, I think, has something to do with the mirror, the way it can swap around. But there's no separate lens for the viewfinder. The viewfinder shows you the image that's going to go to the sensor. But the reason I wanted to talk about this is all of the pictures that I take, I use Canon Rebel DSLR, and the things that I talk about when I'm talking about the way that I do my camera settings and everything all relate to a DSLR camera. Alright, we'll see you.